Matthew 24:6 says, "You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, but see to it that you are not alarmed. Such things must happen, but the end is still to come. Nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. The world is either at war right now or on the brink of war. Places are being bombed. This is a serious time, a time where we should be praying for our nation, praying for our leaders, praying for the leaders of the world, and praying for people everywhere. Because when a bomb is in the air, it doesn't pick and choose who it's going to kill. This is a time for intense prayer. I know we all have our differences, different beliefs, different political affiliations, but I urge you, this is not the time for that. This is the time to do what the Bible commands us to do. Number one, pray. And number two, pray for our leaders. When the children of Israel were held captive by the Babylonians, God spoke to them through the prophet Jeremiah. And what he told them may surprise you. In Jeremiah 29:7, it says, "Seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which I have carried you into exile. Pray to the Lord for it, because if it prospers, you too will prosper." Consider what God was asking. Israel's welfare was bound to Babylon's welfare. Their self-interest was tied to the interest of the very nation holding them captive. God told them, if you want to prosper in your life, you must pray for the nation that is holding you captive to prosper. That was their situation. What more us then, who live in a nation that we love, a nation that protects us, and we must protect it. We should pray for our nation, pray for our leaders, regardless of whether you voted for them or not, regardless of how you feel about the leadership. You should pray for your leaders. In Romans 13, verse 1 through 7, Paul instructs believers to submit to governing authorities, stating that all authority is instituted by God. This is the Bible speaking. This is not me speaking. Resistance to authority is resistance to divine ordinance. The passage framed rulers as God's servants for good, executing judgment on wrongdoers. This wasn't written during a time of ideal government. Paul wrote under Roman rule, an empire that would eventually execute him. Yet the instructions remain: submit, honor, and respect. 1 Timothy 2, verses 1 through 4 commands prayer for kings and all in authority. The stated purpose, that believers may live peaceful, quiet lives. This instruction flows from God's desire for all people to be saved and come to the knowledge of truth. Your prayer for leaders is connected to the advancement of the gospel. Peace enables weakness. Stability creates opportunity for the message to spread. 1 Peter 2, verses 13 through 17 echoes this call to submission to human institutions, emperors, governors as God's will. The framing is strategic. Good conduct silences ignorant criticism. The passage balances this with clear instruction. Honor everyone. Love the brotherhood. Fear God. Honor the emperor. Notice the sequence. Fear is reserved for God alone, but honor extends to earthly authority. Titus 3, verses 1 and 2 instructs believers to be subject to rulers and authorities, obedient, ready for good works, and to speak evil of no one. Again, speak evil of no one. I know sometimes we're tempted to get on social media and voice how we feel. But is this good for anyone? Is it helping? Our goal and our job is to pray as believers. Pray for peace. Pray for God's will to be done. At this moment, the world needs intercessors, not commentators. It needs people on their knees praying, not people on their keyboards. The Israelites in Babylon had every reason to resent their captors, yet God commanded them to seek Babylon's shalom, its complete welfare, its flourishing. You live in a nation you choose, or a nation that chooses you. Either way, the command is the same. Seek its peace. Pray for its prosperity. Honor its leaders. Submit to its authority. Not because the leaders are perfect, not because you agree with every policy, but because this is what God designed for believers living as resident aliens in a fallen world. Your flourishing is bound to the nation's flourishing. So pray. Pray for your nation. Pray for your leaders. Pray for all the nations of the world. Pray for peace. This is not the time for division. This is the time for intercession. Get on your knees. Stay out of the comment section and pray for God's will to be done.